Hey podcaster, I'm Tim Wahlberg, your podcast performance coach with another actionable tip so you can grow your podcast authority, generate leads, and convert with ease. Today's tip is stop being a people-pleasing podcaster. No, seriously, if you are a people pleaser, your podcast is suffering. I know you're a nice person. You want people to like you. You want to be generous. You want your guests to have a good experience. You want your team to be happy. You don't want to be salesy. You don't want to exclude anyone. Nice. You're a nice person. But let me ask you this. Is your podcast about keeping everyone else happy? Or is it about serving your listener and growing your business? Let me ask you that again. Is your podcast about serving your listener and growing your business? I think so. Okay, so then we need to quit it with the people pleasing. It's killing your show, and I'm going to tell you how. There are 3 key places where people pleasing creeps in and might be hurting your podcast. The first is on air, especially if you're too nice to your guests. Here's how it shows up for your listeners. You let your guests ramble. You let them sell. You avoid asking hard questions. You let the conversation go off track and leave it off track because you don't want to be rude. And now your episode is 48 minutes of fluff and a free commercial for your guest's business. Your listener, disrespected, annoyed, dare I say, possibly gone. Remember, this is your show. Your guest is there to serve your audience, not the other way around. The second place your people-pleasing may be hurting your podcast is behind the scenes, off air. Why? Because you're not running your show like a boss. You don't want to bother your editor. You don't give deadlines, so publication dates get missed, or you publish substandard episodes to get it out on time. You let your schedule slide because you don't want to pressure guests. Then you end up with a last-minute cobbled-together episode that leaves your audience wondering why they even subscribed. You're recording late at night because you didn't set any boundaries, and your listeners can hear it. Does that sound familiar? If you're not in charge of your process, your podcast will run you into the ground and leave your audience wanting or leaving. Remember, this is your podcast. You have every right to operate your show the way you want to. So take ownership, take control, and yes, set some deadlines. Okay, so far we've identified that people-pleasing can hurt you on and off air. Now, let's talk about the big one. The place where people-pleasing hurts the most. I hear this one all the time. It's often from podcasters reaching out for one of my free coaching calls, wondering how they can improve the ROI of their podcast. The conversation is short. It goes like this. I want more ROI. How are you selling from your show currently? I'm not. Why not? I don't want to upset or annoy my listeners by making them think I just want to sell to them. That's when I know I'm on the call with a people pleaser. The good news is it's an easy fix. Newsflash, you are not in service if you don't tell your listener how you can help them. A clear call to action is not selfish, it's a favor. Let's assume that your listener is loving everything you've shared on an episode. They love you. You are connecting all the dots. You are speaking their language. They're like, preach, sister, preach, brother. They are convinced you are the person to help them solve their problem. They want to work with you, but you're not telling them how to do that. You're not inviting them to book a call or telling them about your amazing new program or sending them to your socials or website where they can connect directly with you. You are not helping by holding back your offers. I talk more about this in episode 102. I'll put the link in the show notes for you. Just know that if your people-pleasing ways are keeping you from inviting people to take the next step in working with you or your business, then your podcast will never pay off. Never. Okay? So that's 3 places to check your people-pleasing tendencies at the door. On air, off air, and in your biz. And I have one more caution flag, which may be the biggest people-pleasing trap. Failing to niche down. You're afraid to leave anyone out, so your content is vague, broad, and often boring. You're trying to be everything to everyone, and in doing so, you become memorable to no one. I've got a whole slew of episodes about niching down. Just go to my website, podcastperformancecoach.com, and search the word niche, or depending on where you are, search the word niche. It's still spelled the same, so that you can see how valuable it is to narrow that target audience. Sometimes you have to leave people out to resonate with your ideal listener. And yeah, it might be a bit hard if you're a people pleaser. You got to admit, I've given you a lot of reasons to stop trying to please everyone with your podcast. And look, I'm not saying to be a jerk. I'm saying be clear, be intentional, and serve your listener first. Because when you're focused on everyone else's feelings, your podcast loses its impact. So stop worrying about ruffling feathers and start thinking about how your podcast can help the people who actually need you. And I hope that's just the tip you need. If your podcast has turned into a people-pleasing passion project instead of a powerful business tool, let's fix that. Book a free podcast coaching call with me and let's set some boundaries. Let's create some systems and let's generate some sales and start pleasing ourselves versus others. Book your free private podcast coaching call by using the link in the show notes or at podcastperformancecoach.com. I'm Tim Walberg. See ya.